In this video, I'm going to teach you how to use ClickFunnels. I built quite a few funnels, so I've learned how to use the software very well. And with this tutorial, you'll be able to build sales funnels in no time. Let's roll, baby. When you first get ClickFunnels, there are 3 important things that you want to do. And if you have a WordPress site, there'll be one more important thing that you want to do. The very first thing that you should do is set up email integration. So you go over here to your profile, account settings. And then under setup, go to integrations, add new integration. And I have GetResponse, so that's the one that I'll be showing you. So go ahead and there it is right there. Integration nickname, just call it GetResponse, that works. And then for your API key, now this is going to be different depending on which email marketing system you have or which integration you're doing. But I'll go ahead and show you how to do it with GetResponse, and I'll include a link for GetResponse down in the comments or in the description. So let's see, don't know what that is. But in GetResponse, you want to go to Menu, Integrations, and API. API. Now you see how I've already created one right here, but I'll go ahead and show you how to do it. And call it GetResponse API key 2. Like I said, I already created one during testing. And you can see right here that it generated a API key. So you just want to copy and paste that into ClickFunnels. And then you want to add the integration right there. Now, I'm not going to do it because I've already integrated GetResponse, but I kind of just wanted to show you how you go through the process. And then next, what you want to do, and this warning right here is because I've already set up GetResponse. That's what it's telling me. So just go ahead and click out. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to set up your domain. So same place right here, account settings. Go into domains. You can kind of see I've already done one. Let's see if we can actually delete this one. I want to go through this one again. So I'm going to show you how to delete a domain first, and then I'll show you how to set one up. Expand. Delete this domain. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through this. Click Add New Domain right here. Now with ClickFunnels, you get one free domain. I would actually recommend that if you're using sales funnel software, to go ahead and get a website. Don't register one through ClickFunnels. I think really, if you're doing any kind of business online, you need to have a website. So I'm going to show you how to go through that process. So use an existing website. Now you can use www as your subdomain. ClickFunnels uses a subdomain to post your, I guess you call it posting, to put your funnels on the internet. Now my websites, I actually already use www for Cloudflare CDN, so I can't use that one. So I'm actually going to use the subdomain go-to. I actually like to use Go, but I already used that for GetResponse and some landing pages that I use through them, because I only get 20 on the basic package with ClickFunnels. So I'm going to go ahead and use go-to as my subdomain. Okay, and then here, this is where it gets a little bit confusing. Now what you want to do is you want to add a CNAME record. This could be in your domain registrar, so if you have Namecheap or GoDaddy, you can add a CNAME record in there. I'm actually going to go through SiteGround, which is my web hosting, and add the CNAME there. So I'll show you how to do that. And I'll include a link for SiteGround down in the description too. So let's see, I go to My Accounts. And when it comes to web hosting, I'll just throw there's something in there real quick. I would actually recommend to get some really good web hosting because they offer what's called cPanel right here. And it's amazing. And there's so many things you can do in it. And it makes running a website and web hosting so much easier. So yeah, there's some cheaper options out there, but I would really recommend getting some good hosting with cPanel. So you're in the cPanel home right here. And what I want to do is go to Advanced DNS Editor. I want to select my domain. I'll use IndieFunnels. And then right down here, you want to select CNAME. And this is the subdomain that I just entered, which will be go-to. And then you'll see it pre-populates. I've actually already created CNAME while I was doing some testing, but it's still the same process. So for TTL, enter 14400. I have no clue what that means. I just know that's a number that works there. And then for CNAME, you want to use what they gave you back here, which I forgot exactly what it was. Target.clickfunnels.com. Okay. And then you want to go to add record, and that should add your CNAME record. Once again, I'm not going to do it because I've already created it. Actually, during my practice rounds, I forgot to delete it, but still wanted to show you how to do that. And the last thing that we want to do is we want to set up a Stripe account. Now, this is important. It's not always important. Like if you're selling products, yes, you should set up a Stripe account. You can use PayPal with ClickFunnels, but I've heard that PayPal and ClickFunnels really don't mesh too well, and I've heard that Stripe works really good with this. So if you're using ClickFunnels, I would recommend that you set up a Stripe account. Now, once again, that's if you're selling products. If you're using ClickFunnels to generate leads, or you're doing it for affiliate marketing, where you're just going to be doing bridge funnels, it's not really necessary to set up a Stripe account, but I'll go ahead and I'll show you how to do that process. So you want to go back to your account settings, which once again is under here, under your profile account settings. And then you want to go to payment gateways, add new payment gateway. You can see I created one during my practice rounds also. Then go to Stripe. Okay, create Stripe account. If you're wanting TGPC Media LLC, that's actually the company. IndieFunnels is a brand of TGPC Media LLC, and I own TGPC Media LLC. It's not some other company. It's my company. So right here, you can give a name for your Stripe account. I'll just go ahead and select the one I already created. We'll see how this works. You can enable Apple Pay if you want to. Default Stripe account if you want to do that. Those are both your options. You can do whatever you want to do. And then we'll go ahead and create Stripe account. Connect. And then it's going to bring you to this page. I'm not going to go through all this. It's a bunch of fields that you fill out to create your Stripe account. Plus, it asks for your EIN. I don't want to give that out, although I could blur it behind the scenes, but just not going to go through all of this. And when you're done filling all this out, you want to just come down here and click on the authorize access to this account, and it should set up your Stripe account with ClickFunnels. Now, the last thing you want to do, and I actually don't have my website up. I knew there'd be one thing I forget to open. I'm going to show you the ClickFunnels WordPress plugin, which is that's kind of how you create a subdomain or domain in ClickFunnels. That's where, like I said, that's how you put your sales funnels on the internet. I actually don't do it that way. I do it through the ClickFunnels WordPress plugin. So I'll show you how to do that real quick. And that's the way I would recommend to do it because I think it's just a lot easier than setting up a domain. But at the same time, I think setting up a domain doesn't actually hurt you that much. So we'll go to WordPress inside your dashboard. Then you want to go down to what's plugins. Okay, plugins, add new. Search for ClickFunnels. And you'll want to install the one by Edison LLC. I've already installed it, but there should be, if you don't have it installed, it should say installed now. And then once you do that, it will say activate. And then once you've activated it, come over here. Where's ClickFunnels? There it is. Oh, I wanted to click into settings. Go into your settings first. And then you'll see API connection right here. You want to enter your account email for ClickFunnels. And then you also want to enter the authentication token, and I'll show you where that's at. Let's get back to ClickFunnels. Once again, it's in account settings. I think it's on the main page under account details right here. I think you just go down, right here, your WordPress API. You want to copy that key right there, and you want to put that in your WordPress plugin, and then save the settings. And then after you do that, go to the compatibility check, and make sure all these are green but Cloudflare. I'm not sure why Cloudflare is not green. I just know it's not important, but the other ones are. And then once you set that up, it's pretty, like I said, it's pretty simple. You just go into pages right here, add new. And then you choose regular page, or the other option is, just choose regular page. Or if you want to put it on your home page, you can also do that. Select the funnel that you want. The step, which most likely is going to be the first step. You got your ClickFunnels URL for the funnel. Remember, each different stage of the funnel has its own URL. And then right here, you can create your path slug, which is also known as just not the path slug, it's known as the path or the slug. I'll just call it my tutorial funnel. As you can see right here, it adds it to your website, indiefunnels.com/mytutorialfunnel. Save the page, and now your funnel will be on that page. Now I'm going to go in and show you how to create a funnel, and obviously this is the most exciting part because that's what you get ClickFunnels for. So let's see, we're in WordPress. Let's go back to ClickFunnels. All right. You want to go up here to ClickFunnels, Funnels, Add New. Now right here, the cookbook, it's basically like a theme template all throughout. Like every single stage of the funnel will look exactly the same. It'll have that common theme. Whereas the classic funnel builder, you can make each page of the funnel look differently. With the cookbook, you can set up a lot quicker, but with the classic funnel builder, there's a lot more customization. So you can pick and choose which one you want. I started out in the cookbook, but now I kind of like to use the classic funnel builder because there's more templates. So let's go ahead and create a new funnel. Let's go ahead and sell the product and do a sales funnel since that's what we're doing, sales funnels. Name it, I don't care, tutorial funnel. Select a funnel group. Now right here, there's my phone number. I have to blur that out behind the scenes. I don't know why that's in there. But the group tag, when you go back into your, actually, you know what, I'll show you when I get there. Let's just call it tutorial. Be easier to show you. And then go ahead and click build funnel. Click it again. Actually, I'm not... Okay, it didn't show you, but if you go into ClickFunnels and back to funnels, your funnels are broken up by groups. In that last part where you named, like put the group name on it, that's how it divided up in the funnel section. Not really necessary, but if you want to kind of organize it a little bit more, it'll help you out. Now here's the thing I don't know. All these templates, I don't know if if they're the same name. They should be the same name, but if all the same templates are available for all these different pages. I don't think they are. I've kind of gone through them, and it looks like certain stages have different templates based on what you do up right here, which I'll kind of go through some of this. But that's just kind of when you're going through it, maybe make note of the name if you want to make it look consistent throughout the sales funnel. So you can see right here, we got our squeeze page. That's where you want to get an email opt-in. And then you got your sales page. I kind of go through all these. I just want to go through the steps right here. Then your order form, your order confirmation, and then your thank you page. Now, this is just a basic setup. You can add a new step. You can add as many steps as you want. And you can do basically anything you want on which stage. So it's very customizable. Now, the blue bar up here, this is for funnel-wide settings. So kind of go ahead and show you some of these. If you want to go into the settings, right here's where you want to name your funnel. So you can, I know when you go through the cookbook, it'll actually give you the theme of the funnel. That will be the name. You can change it right here. Once again, your group tag, you changed that earlier. Your domain, remember when we set that up earlier when we set up the domain through ClickFunnels? This right here is where you can select it, and then you can change the path right here. We did that in WordPress, but if you want to do it through ClickFunnels, right here is where you do it. I don't think anything else. Oh, share funnel, which is actually an awesome part of ClickFunnels. You can create a funnel and then give somebody the shared link. And if they have ClickFunnels, it'll automatically download. When they click on this link, it'll download it into their funnels. You know, that section right up here. And then also, if you want to get people involved in ClickFunnels, you can give them that share URL, and then they'll have to sign up through ClickFunnels, and then you're supposed to get an affiliate commission. Doesn't always work that way, but it's supposed to work that way. So let's see. Okay, so there's that URL. And then the last thing down here, if you want to delete a funnel, you archive funnel. That's how you do that. If you're on the biggest plan, which is $297, I don't know exactly what the name of the plan is. You can have unlimited funnels, but if you're on the $97 plan, you only get to have 20 funnels. So that's why you might want to delete some funnels. Okay, then I'm going to click through some of these, see if there's anything else. Steps, actually, that's on the left side. So we don't need to see that. Stats. These are just your stats for your funnels of each stage, how many page views you're getting, how many opt-ins, how many sales, how much earnings. So that's actually, it's really valuable information. I'm setting up a tutorial funnel, so obviously I have no stats. Your contacts, for the people that opt in, it'll show right here. And then obviously for your sales, whatever you're selling will show up. The stats will show up right here. I don't think I said this, but the bar right below here, that's not funnel wide. This white ribbon bar right here is it's different for each step of the funnel. So as you can see, we kind of click through these. It might change a little bit, but you can see it change right there. So this bar right here is for each individual step. So let's kind of go through. You can see right here, you can select opt-in or thank you, sales page. Like, you want to be right here when you do that. But these are kind of just how you set it up. Do a product launch, order form, one-click upsell, one-click downsell, order confirmation. You could go into this order form and change it to one of these if you wanted to. You got webinar membership. I won't go through these. You can kind of play around with them, which is actually a good recommendation of ClickFunnels. Yeah, I'm going to get in here and kind of show you how to do some of the basics, but really the best way to learn ClickFunnels is just to go into it and start clicking around and just seeing what everything does, because there's really just a ton of options and they're very easy. You just don't know exactly what they are when you're first going through them. And then let's see, there's one more thing I want to show you. Right here, not for the tutorial. We got a lot more things I want to show you. And that is, let's go ahead and just select this template, the first one. And the last thing is these split A/B tests. These are very cool. You want to kind of do split A/B tests on things like your text, your headlines, definitely, images, and call to actions. For call to actions, a lot of times it's either a different copy or a different color. But I mean, with split tests, you can really make two completely different pages, or you can make it the exact same page and just change one variation. I actually recommend doing it almost exactly the same and changing one variation, because it's a better way, and do one variation at a time, because it's easier to see what those variations are doing. But you can do more variations if you want to, so it just kind of depends how you want to do your testing. But you see we got one template right here, and then we just create a variation. I'm going to go ahead and do a duplicate, because I like doing just one or two variations at a time, so I know exactly how that's performing. As you can see our traffic right here, we can say, hey, ClickFunnels, send 50% one way, 50% to the other variation, or you can do 25, 75, or the other way around. But just kind of play around with it. I highly recommend doing split A/B tests. Do a green button, see how well it does. Do a red button, see how well it does. Do one headline versus the other headline, and kind of just do a whole bunch of testing so you can figure out what works. Okay, I kind of messed up earlier. I said the sales funnel part was the best part. No, actually we're going to go into the editor where you change everything. And obviously that is the best part, not this part right here, because yeah, this part's awesome, but you're really not doing what you want to do with a sales funnel, because the whole thing of a sales funnel is created. So let's go ahead and go into it. Right here, we got our pages up, or our steps, whatever you want to call it. Let's go ahead and go into edit page. And by the way, if you like this video, I'm planning on doing a lot more tutorials like this. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell, or actually hit the bell, so you get notifications of when we upload new videos. Why? When you subscribe, you're not just automatically notified of new videos. It's beyond me, but that's how it is. And then also, I'll put a link for ClickFunnels down in the description, along with GetResponse and SiteGrounds. These are all the programs that I use and would highly recommend all of them. So here we are in the editor. In ClickFunnels, I've used some other funnel building software. In ClickFunnels, it's just amazing how simple it is. And the concept really is basically just these sections with this kind of bluish green, or just call it green. That's actually called a section. And then you can kind of see we got our blue one right here. That's called a row. And then our orange one is elements. And elements is basically everything that you will put into the sales funnel. Kind of think of it, elements are inside of rows, and rows are inside of sections. So we'll kind of go through and we'll go ahead and, here's a section. Let's say we want to add a section. We can do full width, wide, medium, small, so just whatever you want to do. I'm actually going to do wide, and I'm just going to put it right here. I have no clue where that just went. Let's try that again. Let me put it down here. Okay, kind of see that we had a little bit of an issue there and a section, so just a little buggy right there. I don't usually have an issue like that, so I wouldn't be too worried about that one. But so you can see we kind of did our section right here. We went full width. You can go smaller if you want to, and then we want to go ahead and we can add a new row up here where you can actually click like I just did and drag it in. Or I actually don't do it that way, so that last issue I had, I really don't experience too much. I actually like just to click the plus buttons. Like if you want to add a new section, just hit the plus button. Or if you want to add a new row, just do it in here. And this screen will show up. In your rows, you got columns. You can do 1 through 6 columns. Or you can do a left sidebar in a column. Or a right sidebar in a column. I'll just go ahead and do 2. Because one thing that I want to show you is right here. You can actually resize just by doing that. You can see the column kind of got shorter right there. So that's how you do rows. So pretty simple concept right there. And really sections are pretty simple too. Just the width is a section and then rows is basically columns. Now we get into elements. You can kind of see they're right here inside the row and add new element. And I'm not going to go through all these. This is something that you can play with. But there's all kinds of options for elements. Headlines, see your images, YouTube videos. You can even do a video pop out if you want to. This is where you get your buttons, your input boxes, countdowns, timers, navigation, dividers. I mean, there's all kinds of things. You can kind of do that on your own. I'm not going to go through all those. We'll just add a simple one. Let's go ahead and let's add, since we're on the squeeze page, I think we're on the squeeze page, we will do an input because this is where you would want to get somebody's email. So you can see right here that the email address, this actually already populated as an email address. But what we got right here is you got your delete, your clone. So if you wanted to clone this element, you could. You can see right there. Let's go ahead and delete that. And then let's click on again. Then don't want to do that. Then you can move it just by holding this down. You can kind of see where the line goes is where you'd be putting it. But I'm not going to worry. Well, actually it moved over, but that's fine. And then you can click settings right here, or you can just click on it to go into the settings. And these are just the settings for that particular element. So once again, I'm not going to go through all these because there's so many settings for each different kind of element that you can do. But what I want to do, like make you focus on, is that there's actually these tabs up here, and almost every setting for every element will have different tabs right here. You'll have settings, themes, advanced. I'm not sure if those are consistent throughout, but these are the ones that I usually see. And then actually you'll see if you go into advanced, there's actually 2 more tabs that you can go through. So just kind of pay attention to that as you're going through. And like I said, the way I like to do it is just click around, play around with it, and just see what everything can do. If you want to make an email required, here's where you do that right here, required. Placeholder text, which is the text inside of here. Like I said, I'm not going to go through a lot of this, but you can see test. Input type, very important actually. Or no, that's not. Sorry, that's not the important part I was thinking about. Just do email address, which we already had. What I was going to tell you was important is when you do a button. So actually, let's go ahead and throw a button in there. Let's go to add elements, button. This is probably your most. Once you know what, this is not going the way I want to when I click and drag. Okay. Let's see. There we go. I just had to make sure that. There we go. When you do a button, you want to make sure you specify what the form is supposed to do. So I do want to show you this. So right here, you want to set the action. Do you want to submit order, submit form? Usually that's the one you want to go with because you want to say, hey, if you get an email, I want to submit that form and capture that email address. If you're doing something like affiliate marketing and you're on the bridge page, you'll actually want to send them to a different URL. So you just want to make sure to go into the button and set the action for what you want that button to do. That's very important. So I think I've kind of gone through most of that. You can kind of see your back button right here, your desktop, and then also you have a mobile display. Make sure you check that out because most Actually, I would say more people view on mobile now than they do on websites. So it's very important that your sales funnel looks good on a mobile device. And here's one important thing I've learned. Your images, if you go into, let's see if we can find an image right here. Let's go back to desktop. Let me see if I can get an image right here. That's not what I want. Let's add an image. See if we get it right here. Okay, I don't actually have an image in here, but I wanted to show you this. If you change the width or the height, actually you only got to change one of them if you want to change the image. The other one will auto size, but you actually don't want to do this. You want to set your sizes outside of ClickFunnels, because if you set the size here, it'll do that same thing on mobile. It won't resize on mobile. So you don't want to I would actually recommend not changing these two, image width and image height, because it's going to keep them the same on mobile and it's going to end up looking way too big on mobile. So okay, kind of got that out of the way. And another thing I want to show you, mobile and desktop, it can kind of be confusing on what looks good on. It can look good on one, but not look good on the other. So one thing that you can do is down here, you can say, hey, I want to show this on mobile only or show on desktop only. So you can actually add two different elements. For example, if you're doing an image, you can actually do two images. Say, hey, I want one to show up on desktop only and then one to show up on mobile only. Let's see what else we got down here. You can hide the element, which, just delete if you want to, I guess, but maybe you want to keep it in there for some reason. Maybe you had it in there and you're not sure if it works or not, so you just want to hide it and kind of test it out. CSS info, this is something that's a little bit more difficult. You can actually go into the CSS and change specific things instead of using the drop downs and the easy menu, you can call it. I actually done a lot of CSS, so this is something that I plan on getting into, but it is complicated, so you only want to use this if you're experienced in CSS, but right here is a CSS ID that you want to use to do your certain code. Now, if you don't know an ID, if you give this class an ID, it'll have the number symbol. If you give it a class, you'll use the period symbol. But right there, they give you the ID. So that's how you do that. And where you change the CSS is right here. So you want to put, I just had highlight that number, whatever it said afterwards. You want to put that in here, then add your CSS. Let's kind of go back. I went through that. Apps I've not really gotten into. Oh, integrations is very important. So you're going to go into settings integration, and this is where you want to set up your email marketing software. When somebody submits an email, you actually want to go somewhere, and this is where you do it. And this is earlier, we went through the whole email integration setup. This is where it's all coming together. So you want to select get response, which is what I set up, and then add to campaign. And then I have a bunch of lists in get response, and then here's where I choose that list. So when somebody submits an email, it goes to that list. If I have an autoresponder set up, they'll get a series of emails. So that's really how it all comes together, and it's just so easy. I know most of you will know how to do all that stuff, but not everybody will, so I kind of just want to bring it up. Let's see what else we got over here. Integrations. SEO data. Here's where you change the title, change your description, but enter your keywords for SEO data to try to make it rank higher in Google. That's what all this is for, if you don't know what SEO is. Very important, by the way. And then you kind of see right here, see that's where you add your keywords. So you got title, description, keywords, authors, I don't know. And then your image URL. What image do you want to show up on social media when you post the link for your sales funnel? That's what you want to put right there. Okay, is there anything else? Tracking code. I believe this is mainly used for ads. I'm not using any of it yet, but I do plan on using it in the future. Let's see what else. Custom CSS background. If you want to change the background image, you can do it right here. And then, do you want it to be the full 100% width, or do you want to do like no repeat, full center fit, whatever you want to do? It's your choice. Typography. This is just your typography throughout the whole funnel, but you can change it as you go through the different elements. So this is something right here I've not used. I change it when I'm doing each individual element. In general, what's under general? Nothing I've ever used, so you can look through if you want to. Okay, then lastly, you got your undo and your redo buttons right here at the top. I've already went through all of this. Preview. Once you get your funnel set up, you can hit the preview, and it'll show you how it actually looks. And I believe you can actually go through the funnel all right here And, you know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you can go through all the steps or not, but for some reason I want to say that you can. I usually just go to my website and do it. I'll put it like on a test page or something. And then, oh, very important, the save button right here. You want to save as you go, as you build your funnel out. You want to save a lot because obviously you don't want to lose anything. So hopefully that kind of gave you a basic understanding of where everything is. Like I said, ClickFunnels, I think it's actually super simple. You saw it's a little bit glitchy when I was trying to drag things. That's one thing that I wish would be a tad bit better, but it's not really causing me problems for me, so I'm not that worried about it. But you all can just see there's a reason this software is more expensive, but it's just so easy to use. And really the difference between your first time and your fifth time will be just drastic. And like after you do it a couple times, you'll really be able to build a funnel in no time. So I just hope this really helped you all out. And one last thing, like we kind of went through and I showed you a tutorial, kind of showing how everything worked. Obviously, I wasn't really that worried about the funnel and how it looked, but we're going to have a lot more videos where I'm actually going to go in a funnel and actually create a real funnel. That wasn't done right here. This is more, like I said, a tutorial, so I just wanted to show you the basics. We didn't create a real funnel, didn't really care how it looked, but in future videos, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. In future videos, you will see us create some of these funnels, and I might actually give some of them away that you can use, download to your account, and do whatever you want to with them.